I want to tell you one thing is that I always feel, I was talking to Akila morning, that I recommend government all the time that the scheduled caste is word has to be replaced by skilled class, because the scheduled is word which was clerically added by British for marking them as if they are scheduled so and so skilled class. And for that purpose, that stigma has to be removed, first thing, and has to be added that it should be skilled. Because a majority of all these castes, whether we believe or we do not believe, but the system exists. So all of them are basically skilled persons or having DNA in their genes, and they are skilled DNA. Coming towards the presentation now here. Basically, my presentation based on my experiences in these areas. Next slide, please. Like this. Yes. Thank you. So the next slide, it is what I have concluded. That is AO, is a mantra for sustainable employability. How? There are first A is for aptitude, second A is for availability of the course, and third A is opportunity of the employment. If all three come together, then only anybody will have, or any person can have, sustainable employment. That's what I believe. So for that purpose, first we have to map the opportunities, then identity of the aptitude. Aptitudes, everybody knows of three types: ability, interest, and personality. So there are many tools are there which we can use, and with help of that, if we get the course, then employability will be sustainable for the youth, women, and disabled all. For example, I'll give you one young fellow, Aksh, from a remote town from Gujarat. He has completed his diploma in mechanical engineering, but he has to go back to his town. And then he was not having that type of opportunity of work, and therefore he joined as a salesman in some supermarket, local supermarket, and it is very general example. Secondly, again I'm telling you, there are many such examples I can give you, but one thing is that migration is also important, and this, with help of AO, we can also restrict migration, which will produce or which will give us sustainability, employment opportunity with support system is required, and social as well as family support system will be available from where he belongs. So that's what my first concern. Secondly, I have taken, as per your question, that is how to enhance employability of vulnerable youth. I've done one research with, next slide. Yeah, I've done one research with TIS, NSGC, ActionAid, and SEMCA. SEMCA I have just forgot to write. But what are the recommendations? Recommendations are very simple. First thing is of OJT, on-job training during skill, is very important, and now in new education policy it is included. But I am doing now the very challenging role of making curriculum of OJT, which is important, and skill universities have to be they have to rely on the curriculum only. Otherwise, just work means internship or apprenticeship will not work. It will not be suffice for the proper degree or what aim or goal we are achieving or trying to achieve. Secondly, Secondly, what I think is counseling, as told by Akila. It is very important life skill counseling. So, what when we have done it in the Delhi slums, they were stone cutters. One of the person Vijay, who was stone cutter, and another girl is Sona. I'm giving two examples here. That one Vijay, he was a first generation education person. Like his mother and father were not very well educated. They were stone cutters working on road work, and we have given him very good PMKVY education with help of NSDC about sales, retail management, and he was get appointed in Adidas. After 3 months, he left the job and he told that I cannot manage with the environment, as well as the money which I got was not sufficient. Even my support system is not that when I earn daily, I have to wage it. And again, he started working on the road. Sona was also computer data entry trained, but her mother and father tried to get her married, and after that she has to go for stitching, though she was data entry operator. So such things happens. So what are the gaps in this sustainability? They are first generation employees. We have to treat them separately. Secondly, social and family pressures. We have to look at them first. Marriage age for girl, and as we discussed, the earning thrust to the youth. That is second. Again, I have understood that there is no value to the free education. They take it very lightly, but can't afford higher fees for higher education. So scholarship is the best solution, but there is no one window system for the scholarships, and the channels through which one person has to go that is so much exorbitant. I can say at caste certificate cost 500 rupees. So that is where we are, means we were lacking behind. And of course, few issues are there which are basically about implementation, but they are very common and everybody here must have experienced it. I'm not going directly to it. Next. Now, while coming to women, I have divided it into urban and rural divide here. That is, you can just read it. I'm not reading it again and again. Only from Chennai, one of my friend, she was Bobby, and she was not having money to eat and feed her child for a day. And then she started working with Jan Shikshan Sansthan, where Bhavani ji and I came together, work with. And then she was expert in stitching apparel. And then she started her fitness studio. So that is what a success story I want to highlight here. So if there is some good orientation or direction coming across, it will be helpful. 1 minute, please. Then again, I'm telling you the agencies. You just come to the point where urban it is there, that SHG groups, we generally come that community groups and SHG groups. But my experience is SHG groups in urban area are not so effective, but rural area they effective. Urban area agencies are more effective. Agencies like Maitri Foundation in Assam, they take commission to give the employment, but they are very, very lucrative employment provided to the basically women. So this is what I wanted to highlight. Of course, there are two different types of skills. One is production. I'm not going to technological skills and core skills. coming towards the technological skills only. They are also again of two types, but generally, motamoti, we are having production skills and service sector skills. So service sector skill, I can say the market is developing like anything. Not only national but international market is also there. So we have to work on service sector more than that. When I know that the nurses from Kerala, we have worked with them when they go abroad, they were trained for 8 days induction training or like that. And that was very, very useful for them. So not to give your passport to somebody else's hand is a very important thing which we taught them. Like that, some cultural points which we train them accordingly. So this is very important. And young ladies, they can go for production skill like packaging or something like that. Such simple thing that we have throwing our water bottles, to remove the cover, means that water bottle ढक्कन आता है ना, वो निकालने के लिए भी बहुत पैसा मिलता है. So that is what, type of employment. Even the ornaments, means we are hanging our ornaments. तो वो जो हैंग करने का जो कड़ी आता है ना, वो हैंग करने के लिए 1000 के ऊपर बहुत सारा पैसा मिलता है. But that is possible in urban areas and not in the rural areas. Rural areas, it is apparel or beauty culture is very effective. And secondly, SLGs are more effective. So provision of loans, basically I'm telling you why you are not working in India. So one must think of, but mudra loan, if of course it is useful, and there are many good examples of mudra loan. One of my colleague or my trainee, she took loan during Corona time. She got 3 lakh rupees and she has started her own factory of apparel.
Ma'am, so, if I may request you to please.
1 second. Yeah. And last one is disabled. This is the last slide. The disabled, there is lot more to take, and actually Uma madam has spoke about it. As she told, 21 disabilities we had divided into 7 types and gave each type at least 10 job roles. So we have done that. Awareness of stakeholders, implementing authority and policy makers is very important. Very less work is done for intellectually disabled. I have already my one curriculum, because I make modules and all. So my one curriculum was accepted by Sector Skill Council, which was prevention and dehydration of vegetables and fruits with help of solar energy. So, but I think so it is not sufficient. Lot of things has to be done for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.